Hey there, I'm Brandon. This is the Dirt Church Devotional. So I just got back from a hunting trip, last week. And while I was out there, a lot of talk about wolves. Where we go, wolves have been reintroduced into the area. And there are those that are complaining that they're decimating the deer population. And of course, who else doesn't like wolves would be ranchers, whether they're sheep ranchers or cattle ranchers. A lot of ranchers don't like them. I like wolves. I would love to hunt wolves. They don't have a season here in this state at this time. But as I was thinking about this while I'm out in the woods, in fact, there was a time my daughter and I had climbed this area and heard a growl. And it wasn't a cat. It wasn't a bear. I'm wondering if it might have been a wolf. Anyway, I'm thinking about this reintroduction of wolves into Washington State in the area. And it got me to thinking about a passage I read in Leviticus, chapter 26, verse 6. Leviticus takes place when Moses is leading the children of Israel out of Egypt through the desert. And God made them this promise. When they got into the promised land, he was saying that if you obey me, among other things, I will remove the savage beasts from your land. Now think about that. What's he referring to as savage beasts? Well, predators, bears and lions and tigers and wolves. God said he would remove that. That was a promised blessing, that he would remove those savage beasts from their land. Now, I don't want to get into the idea, well, hey, they were there first and blah, blah, blah. Here's the facts. God said, as a blessing for your obedience, I will remove the savage beasts from your land. Now, how dumb would it have been for Israel to turn around after they've established themselves and got their ranches set up, their farms set up, turn around and say, hey, let's go get those savage beasts that God drove out. Let's go get the lions and tigers and bears. Oh my, let's bring them back in. It would have been kind of dumb. It would have been kind of ridiculous. It would have shot down what they were trying to do, raising their animals. Now let me go metaphorically for you for just a minute. When we come to Christ, he drives out the savage beasts of sin in our life. Now, that doesn't mean that sin doesn't exist. That doesn't mean that it's not tempting, but we are set free from the power of sin to a life of freedom in Christ. How ridiculous is it for us as believers then to reintroduce those savage beasts into our lives? Maybe you were saved out of a life of drug abuse or alcoholism. How stupid would it be for you to test the waters with some more drugs or alcohol? Maybe you're saved out of a life of sexual immorality. How dumb would it be for you to jump back into those waters? Maybe you had been a liar or a thief and Jesus set you free. It wouldn't be smart for you to start lying again or cheating or doing any of these other things that separate us from God. So I want you to just chew on this for a bit. The blessing of God is to drive out the savage beasts, to run them out. Once he's done that in your life, don't reintroduce them. Don't pull them back in. Stay as far away from them as you can and enjoy the other blessings that God has for you. Love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, gentleness, self-control. That's just the fruit of the Spirit. That's just one little thing. Run after God. Lord bless you. Chew on that for a bit. Have a great night.